Now it seems like time and time again, at least for this week, CS devs keep trying to surprise all players of the Counter-Strike community. If that's the shock and awe of how much Valve have updated this last week for CS2, which to put this in perspective, this last week has seen more fixes and content than the last 2 months combined, at least for CS2. But you see, that term content is pretty subjective, at least for what's classified as something new. Late yesterday afternoon, CS devs sent out a brand new update weighing around 2.7 gigabytes, fixing next to every main map in the game, from minor to major fixes, yet still nothing as large as an operation or new addition of maps or modes. Now behind the scenes, data mine suggests a new game mode such as prop hunt could be on its way shortly, but as of right now, it's just a rumor. Today's video, we're gonna break down last night's blog post, showcase changes, but also discuss the most important additions behind the scenes and officially from Valve. Now today's video sponsor is SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a CS2 trading site for all your skin needs. Whether you're choosing to deposit your in-game items or real-life cash, SkinsMonkey has it all. If you choose to trade yet need to top up your balance, you can do so by also using my code MANDO for a free $5. Alongside depositing, you get an additional 35% of a deposit bonus. With SkinsMonkey's large variety of skins, they also offer daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways. If interested, the link will be in the top of the description down below. Now, firstly for today's video is last night's blog post. To sum it up for you, it's just minor adjustments on every single map, and nothing really major such as what we saw in Vertigo just a few months ago. And that wall in CT going to A was pretty much open. Yeah, none of that happened, and now that I think about it, I don't even know how this is over 2 gigabytes. With that being said, let's hop into last night's blog post. Now here's the blog post from August 21st, that being last night. This might be a first for CS2's history, or maybe CSGO in general too, but there's only seeming to be one category, that being for maps. The first one up here is Office. Valve fixed a case where a player could get stuck in between the prop and the ceiling. Nuke fixed a pixel walk alongside some C4 stuck spots. Mirage was by far the juiciest in the middle, having 7 different individual fixes. Valve adjusted the collision on Van for smoother movement, fixed wall penetration issues for some arches, fixed a view jittering issue when jumping onto a crate near Palace, fixed some other collision issues that allowed smoke grenades to go inside of a wall. Valve fixed grenade clipping, collisions on some props, as well as some C4 stuck spots. For Inferno, Valve fixed some C4 stuck spots, removed a boost spot on a site. Now for Italy, this is where things get a little interesting, where Valve stated that they had perf improvements. I'm not sure if this means performance, it's short form for something else, but from what I can tell by this, it's performance improvements. And if that's the case, that's pretty awesome. We have the classic Vertigo update where it's just one line of text fixing grenade clipping. Now for Ancient, Valve also fixed a bad edge clip that would allow players to get stuck on and T-spawn. They also fixed a jiggle peak. Now for Anubis, Valve devs added and fixed practically everything we already discussed and added it to Anubis, but also fixed some other lighting issues. And lastly for today's blog post is Overpass, which in my opinion is pretty surprising since it's not played in the map pool anymore. I'm surprised it even gets attention by Valve, but CS devs fixed some minor visual bugs near Canal, some other clipping adjustments to have smoother movement, and added some missing hand roll collision. And that pretty much concludes last night's blog post. Now for the most part, this update was just fixes and the C4 specifically being stuck outside the map, but also what caught my attention during and after last night's update is that the workshop mappers in my opinion seem to have less bugs, that being the official maps inside the game, like Thera, Mills, Assembly. Maybe it's just my mind playing tricks, but then you have the official Valve map pool. And as of recently, it's been an absolute gong show. And I guess the argument to this is that more people play the official Valve maps, so more players can be exposed to the problems, which then they would happen a lot more frequently, they can be reported, and so on and so forth, but we don't really know. Behind the scenes, according to data mines after last night, Valve updated and added a few models to CS2, which suggests that at the moment is a brand new rumor that prop hunt could make its way to Counter-Strike 2, which in my opinion would be a great breath of fresh air, would make the game extremely more enjoyable, at least right now, would make content a whole lot more fun, could have series just dedicated to prop hunt itself. And in some other news, the cache remaster by FM Phone is almost near completion. Cobblestone textures have been updated and used as of recently, but right now I wouldn't be getting too hyped since these are also the same textures that are used in Italy. And lastly, as it stands for news, Valve is slated to reveal Deadlock very shortly. If you've gotten invited to the closed beta or alpha, I'm not really sure what Valve's calling it, the game's actually not too bad, it's pretty solid. Now ending today's video is going a little off script, but I quickly want to discuss the amount of work and time and effort that's gone into the game, that being from CS devs versus just the community. As most of you know, we have yet to get a major content update for CS2. It's been over 1,000 days since the last operation. Valve has been doing some work with VAC 3, but it's now just an initial testing and it's probably going to be a year or two until it's complete. Where on the other hand of things, you have many map creators doing it feels like 10 times more work than any CS dev has done this past year. Yes, they just released CS2, but it still doesn't make up for you making $1 billion a year and not really adding anything to your game. Now, Lily on Twitter is one of the best examples within the Counter-Strike community. It's just one of many, but they've made winter versions of certain maps, night versions, rainy versions. They're amazing and they're awesome. You have maps, which I'm not sure if they're made by this exact same map creator, but the 45-degree angle maps, where you're playing Nuke, for an example, at a 45-degree angle, which is pretty fun. Why you'd play it, I'm not really sure. It's just fun to play with some of your friends. My question is, why can't something as simple as this just be added to CS2 official servers? I mean, all really Valve has to do is slap their logo on it, pay the creator, put it on official servers, and then everyone has fun. And then also Valve gets paid and also boosts up the player count while also boosting up case prices. Just food for thought. I believe a rant commentary is probably going to come in the next couple of weeks, talking about the state of CS2, what we could have versus what we have right now. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.